This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Second consecutive failure for ISRO's GSLV rocket, which explodes shortly after takeoff from Sriharikota. CBI grills A. Raja for the second straight day. He is questioned about his diary seized during the raids. Even as Raja is being grilled and his party rallies around to save him, DMK's new lady face says the spectrum scam will not affect the party.
Issue for the opposition parties, not for us. For us, we are very sure about how we are going to fare in the elections.
At Chennai's Tasmac shops, even the prices are free-flowing. NDTV Hindu investigates liquor shops selling over the MRP. Captain joins the Christmas bandwagon to woo the Christian community, distributes food for slum dwellers and the fishermen. Celebrations are galore across the city. Masses, carols and decorations make a merry Christmas. Good evening, I'm Divya bringing you all the news tonight. Let's also take a look at the news making national headlines. A breakthrough in Bangalore. Techie Payal Suleka's murder. One person is arrested. The Gujars intensify their agitation. Rail and road traffic badly hit in various parts of Rajasthan. The documents that could have proved Kargil hero Surinder Singh's innocence no longer exist. The army says it has burnt them. After onion, it's the now tomatoes that are hurting household budgets, but farmers in Ranchi leave them to rot as they protest for low prices. Well, Indian Space Research Organisation suffered a huge setback when GSLV F-06 mission carrying GSAT-5P failed to launch due to a technical failure and exploded at one stage. ISRO and set to launch India's heaviest communication satellite into orbit today. The mission was to be the first GSLV mission after the failure of the flight test of GSLV D3 mission in April this year. ISRO unsuccessfully launched the GSLV at 4:04 p.m. from Sriharikota today. And NDTV senior correspondent Madhu Bharathi, who is at Sriharikota, joined us with the details.
It's a huge disappointment and definitely a huge setback for the ISRO, we could say. There is no second thought about that. If you actually see the previous, as you said, the previous GSLV, which was tried to be launched in April this year, was also unsuccessful. And this GSLV is in fact a very crucial one, and this is an indigenously developed satellite which was taken into the orbit, or which was actually attempted to be taken into the orbit through a Russian engine. Last time when the GSLV was launched, it was through an Indian engine, and this time it was through a Russian engine, and this was unsuccessful this time. Stage 1, if you actually see, is the stage when the rocket or the launch vehicle blasts off from the ground. It's a very crucial stage when it comes to the whole launch itself, though the most crucial stage is the cryogenic stage. All we could know now is that it was unsuccessful, and the reason was because of some technical failure right at the stage of stage 1. All we could see is that when the rocket went off, when the launch vehicle went off, after some distance, we could see fumes coming out. It was first a cheer and claps from people. They were all cheering the launch, and then there was this total silence when people understood that there is something that's wrong.
Well, the CBI is keeping the heat up on former Telecom Minister A. Raja. Raja has left the CBI office after being questioned for the second straight day on the 2G spectrum scam for almost 7 hours today. Sources say CBI questioned Raja specifically about files and documents and his diary that was seized during raids earlier. Yesterday, Raja was grilled by the CBI for 9 hours, and after the questioning session, he said that he cooperated with the investigating agency but refused to give any details. And even as top DMK leaders get into a damage control mode, Khushbu says the spectrum scam will not be a major issue in the assembly elections. It is going to be a complete sweep for us, and the opposition has nothing to speak of but the spectrum, she says to my colleague Bhama Ravi in this NDTV Hindu exclusive.
DMK leaders have spanned out across the state in Save Raja campaign. What is your own understanding of the issue? And how are you going to, have you been asked to address this issue among the people, ordinary people?
I haven't been asked by the head to address on these issues. Raja has been a loyalist to the party, and we all have complete faith in Raja. Probably that's why we have these propagandas where DMK's senior party leaders are having rallies and they have been supporting Raja. So more than me, I'm sure they know about Raja and how well he has been doing for the party.
No, but this is an issue which will spill over during the elections, and I'm sure you'll be campaigning. So what is your own understanding of the issue, and how are you going to take it to the common man, make him understand?
Right, what you just said, common man. Common man doesn't understand spectrum. Common man understands why the onion price is at 80 rupees. Common man understands why the petrol is hiked by 3 rupees again, petrol and diesel. A common man understands that why I'm not getting water. The common man understands that why the roads are not functioning well. These are common man's problem.
But this is going to be a major issue in the election.
This is going to be a major issue for the opposition parties, not for us. For us, we are very sure about how we are going to fare in the elections. It's going to be a complete sweep. I'm not talking because I'm into the party, but I know about common man also. So I don't think this is going to be an issue at all. Opposition, they don't have anything to talk about except for spectrum. And that is one reason why it has been blown out of proportion, because even when you look at the central, it's only the opposition who has been pushing it forward.
Kanimuri was appointed MP. It sort of was a morale booster for a lot of women politicians. Is that going to dampen the hopes of women?
Definitely not. It's not going to be dampened. Kani's name has been just pulled into it. The issues are with Raja. The spectrum problem is with Raja. You can, just because you're having a conversation with someone does not mean that everybody has to be involved in it.
Post-elections, elections are going to be there. In the next few months, obviously, you're going to be campaigning. But after that, what?
Well, watch the entire interview with Khushbu on Sunday at 8:30 a.m. Well, it looks like the campaign trial has begun for the top politicians in the state. And when better than the Christmas season to get onto the road to not just share some joy, but also collect some goodwill. DMDK leader Vijay Kant was seen singing carols just a couple of days back after his counterparts were seen at churches across the city. But it wasn't enough. He didn't want to miss his pie of the Christian vote bank.
Operation Christian Vote Bank is on, and the players are the state's top politicians. 2 days after Chief Minister Karunanidhi was seen at Christmas celebrations in Adyar, AIADMK leader Jayalalitha too attended a Christian celebration at Kanyakumari. On Christmas Day, actor turned politician Vijay Kant, popularly called the Black MGR, decided to play Santa.
நான் படித்த SSLC வரைக்கும் நான் கிறிஸ்டியன் 2 வருஷம் தான் வெளியே படிச்சிருக்கேன்.
While Christmas morning was an opportunity for Vijay Kant to reiterate his party's principles, the event was more modest compared to Kalaignar and Amma's, and he made fewer promises.
இந்த கிறிஸ்மஸ் அன்னைக்கு நான் என்னுடைய கட்சியினோட தாரக மந்திரம் ஊழலையும் வறுமையும் ஒழிப்பையும் இன்றைய இல்லாதவருக்கு அவன் இன்றைய எல்லாருக்கும் மாதிரி என்னுடைய தாரக மந்திரப்படி நான் எல்லாரும் கொடுத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கேன்.
நீங்கள் என்னை ஆட்டி வைக்கிற காரணத்தால் நான் ஆட தயாராக இருக்கிறேன்.
கிறிஸ்தவ மக்கள் மேற்கொள்ளும் புனித யாத்திரைக்கு, இஸ்ரேலுக்கு செல்லும் புனித யாத்திரைக்கு அரசாங்க உதவி செய்ய வேண்டும் என்ற கோரிக்கையை வைத்தார். நிச்சயமாக உங்கள் அனைவரின் ஆதரவோடும் அன்போடும் மீண்டும் கழக ஆட்சி அமைந்தால் இந்த கோரிக்கை உடனடியாக நிறைவேற்றி வைக்கப்படும் என்பதை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன்.
The Christian community, meanwhile, seems to be giving every politician a fair chance in the upcoming elections.
எங்க எம்ஜிஆர் கருப்பு எம்ஜிஆர்னு நாங்களே முத்திரை குத்திக்கிட்டோம். அவர் கண்டிப்பா வருவார். அவர் எந்த இடத்துல ஒரு ஆபத்து வருதோ அந்த இடத்துல அவர் நிற்கிறாரு.
With Vijay Kant actually joining the bandwagon along with Amma and Karunanidhi, this has definitely shown us the importance of the Christian vote bank that all these politicians are looking to tap just 6 months before the elections. Well, whatever the initiatives and motives may be, the moves definitely seem to be working. In Chennai, Pratiksha Ramkumar for NDTV Hindu.
And still ahead on the bulletin, every salesman fixes his own high price tag for every bottle at the Tasmac shops. Watch our special investigation that's up next.